Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and Viva la Raza.
Órale.
Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. What is going on, man? Let's go ahead and let's bring in my tag team partner. He will hit you with RKO out of nowhere from DL 8 times 1, Mr. Pablo.
What's happening? Glad to be here.
Oh man, what is really going on? That's what we're trying to figure out here, Paul. Maybe you could help us out, man.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of rumors, a lot of rumblings, a lot of things going on, and as they start looking forward to next year and what's going to be going on next year, and Royal Rumble is in the January, the road to WrestleMania. It's like what's going to happen, right?
Right.
So, Paul, honest and serious question, man. Um, who's going to dethrone the tribal chief? Now, Disco Inferno has a podcast. He came up with a few names. Somebody came to mind, but I'm gonna hold off on that until we talk about these guys. He talked about possibly Randy Orton when Randy Orton comes back.
Right.
Braun Breaker from NXT. He's pretty big down there, but I don't know if there's enough time to bring him up and really give him that push. Um, Another one was heck, who else did he name? Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes. What what's your thoughts, Paul? I mean, look, he's got to lose sometime, right? What's your thoughts on who can dethrone Roman Reigns?
Well, let's start with sorry. Let's start with Randy Orton. He's always been there's very few guys that could go and take the belt from him and keep the nostalgia, keep the fans interested. If Braun Breaker were to do it, dude, no one really care. To be honest with you, like that would be like, man, the Miz might as well dethrone him. The Miz is bigger than him. Um, yeah, Braun Breaker's not big enough, but knowing Triple H, he likes to put those people over. But I'm excluding everybody from AEW. The biggest name that could do it, obviously, other than Cody, would be Randy. And Randy, he brings in fans. He's a main eventer, but I don't know that Triple H is going to put him in the main event at his age. You know what I mean? I seen something also. I'm sure you've seen it too, where they were talking about this. It wasn't Disco. It was somebody else saying that that Randy doesn't need the belt. That Randy, you don't got to give Randy the belt. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, dude? Randy with the belt would be huge, dude. One last time, that would be a huge run. Um, Man, and the way it seems to me is that it's Cody, unless he hasn't, they're going to go for the whole Bruno San Martino past him. In other words, he could have it a whole nother year. So I hope not. I hope not, bro. But
Do you think this can last another year? Do you see maybe another full year, another full calendar year happening?
yeah, the way Triple H thinks, definitely. The way Triple
Mm.
H thinks, he's not a fan listener, bro. He has it in his mind. Do you know what? We're going to build up this next generation, make the new Hulk Hogan's, make the new Brunos. And man, if not him, okay, if they don't go all the way with the tribal chief, who else? The fans are not gonna stand having the title on somebody in the future. With this microwave mind generation, they're not going to stand for another 4 years on somebody else. So, man, if this is their one shot, I believe they got to do it to break those records. And I don't want them to break those records because he hasn't fought enough times. So, in my opinion, it's Cody only on Cody if they're not gonna go all the way with these records. That's what I would say.
Okay.
What do you
Okay.
say? What are you saying?
Okay. All right. All right. So first you brought up a few names. well, another name that I just remembered that Disco did bring up was Gunther.
Yeah.
That could be another possibility. I say no. I think I think Braun Breaker probably has a better chance than Gunther.
You know,
Um,
Gunther though, Gunther, man, look how much they've invested in Gunther, and man, look at this. That's one of Triple H's guys, bro. One of his NXT guys, and man, that's exactly what he would love to do. Build up one of them. That's why I think it might be more him than a Randy or somebody. All that stuff that Randy, Randy don't need the title. A lot of guys don't need the title, dude. But what do the fans want, bro? We want excitement, bro. We don't want you just to put these guys out to pasture yet. We want to see them still, Cholo.
and you think people want to see Randy as champ again?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah, dude. And that's just from like before he got hurt. Seeing him live a few times, bro. Seeing him live was
Okay.
incredible. Just the fans were just like, oh my gosh, huge, huge.
I-
Like we forget, but he's huge, bro. He's huge.
Okay. I let
But
me. Okay.
not in a tribal chief run though.
Okay. I'll say this about the Viper. I think it would be I think it would be cool to see him dethrone Roman Reigns. I just I think it would be very short lived of the excitement of him being champion though. I
Hmm.
think the big pop would be like, oh, he's the one to do it. Fast forward a month, it's like, okay, like not to say that he is not big, but I just he's up there in age, Paul. He's up there in age. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. If he beats him, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. To me, it would be all about him being the one dethroning Roman Reigns, not so much of let's go on a nice good title run here.
Yeah, dude, but they've never really done big title runs with Randy where he's held it a
Mhm.
super long time. Randy, I can't see other than Cody, maybe a couple of others who would be bigger than Randy. Yeah, yeah, but it wouldn't be a long term. I agree with you there.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up a name here, Paul, and let's see. Let me kick your tires here, right?
Yep.
Let's see what you think about this. What if, what if, um, Bobby Lashley wins the Royal Rumble and starts going after Roman?
Hmm.
How say you, man? Do you think no, it can't be Bobby?
No, I think it could be Bobby. I think it could be Bobby. There's been times where Bobby's peaked, and then for some reason they let him fizzle out, bro. So I think it totally could be Bobby. But I watched a show the other day or a segment where they were talking about Bobby's possible retirement soon. So I don't see that likely. I could see him going with going against Roman, but him losing.
Does it have to be a young guy that's gonna be put over?
Oh
He's
man,
gonna be the future of because if we're talking about that, Paul, now we're getting very selective. We're
I
talking
know,
about selective
man.
few.
I know. And you know what, bro? Cody Rhodes obviously is, he's still young enough to hold it for a few years till he gets Roman's age. And he's exciting. He's the number one seller. I heard today who was number two. I forget who. Oh, it's LA Knight. LA Knight's
Mm.
number two now. So only Cody's ahead of him, man. Think about that. So, man, I would
Oh,
like it to be LA Knight, bro. But unfortunately, it looks like we're going for Cody Rhodes. And who knows what they got planned in the back, man. Imagine being Cody Rhodes and Triple H is like, now we're going all the way to San Martino. It's like, oh gosh. No one
now,
wants. No, wait. Before you go on, by the way,
yeah, yeah.
no one really wants Seth's belt. You know, Uh, that's another thing. Right? Who's excited about Seth's
Oh
belt?
man. Okay, so I was going to talk. Well, first, let me touch on this because you're right. I do want to talk about Seth a little bit, but um, I think you're right, Paul, when it comes to when else, if not now, when else are these records gonna be at
Right,
least in jeopardy of being broken?
right.
When else are you gonna find somebody who is so over that you can do 3, 4 years with them just holding the title? Yeah, no, man. I mean, this is the time to do it. I can't
Right.
see anybody. For example, you cannot leave the strap on Seth freaking Rollins, for 3, 4 years.
Right. Right.
It's not gonna work.
Right. Right. Yeah, they need to
So
get the belt off Seth.
yeah, what's up, Jay Ortega? So I think you're on to something there. They did it with Gunther passing the honky tonk man. And if they're ever gonna do it, I think now is the time to do it, Paul. Yeah, man. I think people are starting to get tired of it. But hey, you see the finish line, just go get it.
Yeah, and that's what
You
they might
know?
be doing. That's what they might be doing, man. And they could do some stuff to excite it up, And Cody Rhodes finished the story. They could finish in a way where they give Cody Seth's belt somehow.
Mhm.
They give him Seth's belt, and down the line, and he loses to Roman, and another year, man. Another year, finish the story.
Okay,
Oh,
which
by the
was
way, I made a
yeah.
mistake. So they're talking of, I think it was Wrestling Observer or somebody was talking about overall sales making the most money in wrestling. It was not just WWE; it was wrestling. Number one was Cody Rhodes for merchandise sales. Guess who number two was? It
LA
wasn't
Knight.
LA. No, it wasn't LA. I
Oh,
forget.
oh, is it Roman Reigns?
No, CM Punk.
Goodness gracious.
CM Punk. CM
Holy
Punk.
smokes.
I know, and I guess that's what that was before he left. But what's
Ah,
interesting, I know we'll probably talk about that later, but some of his stuff is back on the AEW website for sale. But that's another subject.
right. Yeah. Wow, man. I don't get it. I don't get his fan base, man. I just don't know. But Paul, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yes,
How long is his reign gonna go on? Is he champion going into WrestleMania?
man. They may want him to drop it at WrestleMania, but that guy needs to drop it, bro. It's getting boring.
Mm,
It's getting boring, man. They're making up stuff, putting him against Nakamura, and come on, bro.
yeah, that
But
was weird.
yeah. So with I tell you what, if they want to give that belt legitimacy, somebody good to win that belt off him would be Brock Lesnar.
Mm,
Brock's only
okay.
there for what, 1 month, 2 months, and he's gone. He'll be a quick loop, but it gives some validity to the belt. If you give somebody, let's say you give the belt to like a Nakamura or one of these lesser guys on there, or even the Miz or that big dude, that big old dude that's like 400 pounds with the beard. Forget his name.
Oh, Bronson.
Yeah, Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you give it to like somebody right now, the belt's kind of like going down, bro. You need to build that
Yes.
belt up. And so I think like giving it to Brock for a month and then he loses it to a Bronson Reed or somebody would really help that belt. But I think I'm getting tired of the Seth run. I like Seth though.
Is it okay? Is it because of Seth, or is it because the opponents that? Because I'm with you. The whole Nakamura story thing it was so weak, Paul. I had no interest in it whatsoever. But is it because of Seth Rollins, or is it because the opponents they're not building them up, they're not matching them up right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm getting a little tired of his character, but Seth's, what could you say about Seth, man? He's one of the greatest, you know what I mean? You
Mm,
can't really say too much about Seth. You got to have a partner to dance with, bro. And Seth Rollins, it's not Seth. It's not Seth. It's just the same old storyline. Come out. Every show is like, hey, welcome to Monday Night Rollins. Da, da, da. Somebody comes out and, I'm a fighting champion. It's like the same thing every week. It's like, do we need to change, bro? We need to change. And definitely not Seth. He's an elite. He's one of the greatest. He would be another one if it wasn't for his age, I could see taking the belt off Roman, you know?
I could too. I've been thinking about that where it's like, hey, you know what? He drops the strap some way, somehow. Um, what's his face? Damian Priest cashes in while Seth is all beat up, takes the strap from Seth, and then just some way, some miracle how Seth ends up on SmackDown or something, or he ends up winning the Royal Rumble, something like that, and then I could see him taking it off of Roman. Yes.
Yeah, that would be kind of dope though. See, that's a whole new bloodline. He goes over there, maybe joins the bloodline for a minute. They're kind of reunited and they battle and takes it off. That would be dope. But Roman's building his future, bro. He's a future movie star. And
Yeah.
he got he don't want to do nothing that's gonna hurt his legacy. So like John Cena, your
Yeah,
homeboy.
yeah. Unlike John Cena, yeah. Unlike the jobber loser John Cena now, man. Yeah, yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
what a loser, man. Gosh, it's pathetic, man. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Oh,
You gotta anybody listening out there, you gotta watch Cholo's breakdown. I think it's called John Cena the Jobber or something.
yeah, yeah. John Cena's a jobber. Gosh, he's such a loser now. It's incredible, man.
Man.
Paul, Friday Night SmackDown, this past Friday
Right.
didn't okay. There were two. Well, one new crown champion, which was Logan Paul, and then you
Yeah,
got the tribal chief. Neither one of them were there.
I know.
Um, neither one of them were there. There was really no talk of the bloodline story. I mean, what's up, man? Because I thought, I've been saying this for a while that SmackDown has been better for a minute now. But I don't know, man. I don't know about if we're talking about exactly right now. I mean, they ended it with Damage Control, and that was cool. It was Oscar turning heel and joining Damage Control, even though Bailey knows nothing about it. There's some sort of story right there where you're just kind of like,
Right.
ooh, you know what? They're gonna X out Bailey,
Yeah.
something. But what's your thoughts on the whole situation? Logan's not there; he's a champion. Roman's not there; he's a champion. We've been saying SmackDown's been better, and but I mean, it could be cool because you're investing time in somebody else. But what's your thoughts all the way around?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you, man. Like that's what they're doing. They're putting the belts on part-timers. But
Mhm.
with at least with Logan's belt, they're getting so much payoff. I don't know if you've seen Logan. Logan's been with that belt
Yes.
everywhere. Did you see when he went,
Yeah.
Logan? I'm explaining it this way, but did you see when he went to the pawn shop?
Yes.
he's,
Yes.
he's trying to
Yes. I
sell the
did.
WWE belt. He's trying to
Yes.
see how much he could get. They're getting so much free commercials and everything. So for them it works out, but not for the fans. For the
Yeah.
fans it don't work
He
out.
showered with it. He went
Yep.
to sleep with it. All this stuff, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely making its rounds. That's for sure, man.
Yeah. See, we're insiders, right? So we see all that stuff. But people who are
Mhm.
just watching the shows, they're probably like, this sucks. But Roman Reigns, man, he just disappears. He's out there vacationing in Big Bear
Right.
or wherever he's at, bro. He's like, Charlie, I ain't showing my face. I ain't showing my face, dude. I don't get it, man. I don't understand how the WWE makes a deal with that guy where he just comes in like, dude, till January. I don't get it. He has the belt, and
That's
we're supposed to be excited about his title reign. Me and you, dude, have been probably the voices that are like more on his side. Like, dude, it's awesome, but man, when you, the Cholo Trucker, are getting a little tired of it, that's saying something, bro. That's saying something.
man. Yeah, I am starting to get just a little tired. I'm not tired of it yet, but it's fatigue is starting to rear its head. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, and I'm
You know,
ready. I'm ready for a little something, man. Just show up when we're not expecting, and man, get us excited, man. Get us start beef with someone. We're excited,
right?
Get us excited, man. We're ready, Roman, but you're letting us down, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man. Something else that was cracking off is something that we've already kind of thought that was gonna happen. Santos Escobar
Yep.
looks like he turned heel, turns his back. Well, I mean, he just kind of gets out of control. Him and Carlito are kind of not on the same page, and looks like Santos Escobar turns heel on Rey Mysterio. What's your thoughts on all this, Paul? Because I got thoughts, man. I do. But what's your thoughts
Yeah.
on all of it?
Well. See, I like the storyline. I know you hate it, but we've been
Uh,
calling this for a while, bro. We knew this was all coming. The only thing that was surprising me when Carlito came out, I thought Carlito was going to turn heel for a second. You know, the way they
that's
made
what I
it
thought.
look. Yeah, the way they made it feel and look with his facial expressions at Carlito, but Carlito was on Ray's side, and I still see him turning somehow later. But Santos Escobar turning, it's an obvious storyline. This storyline, at least we saw it, and we see it's real easy to follow. What you think is what it is. There's no hidden swerve here. It looks like the girl in LWO, I forget her name, Zelina Vega, is going to be
I mean,
fighting that black girl, and that black girl is going to be joining Bobby Lashley's crew. So there's nothing hidden here. It's pretty straightforward. I like the storyline that they split up. It's probably going to get boring later, but I like the instant gratification of this storyline. Watching it, I was like, cool, it finally happened. What we all knew.
okay, okay, all right. I'm not gonna be as harsh, man, because the way you explained this, like, just enjoy for what it is for right now, and maybe in a little while it'll get a little boring. I'm gonna say this: the LWO has not worked for me at all. At all, man. And Zelina Vega is not a good face.
Oh
She's
man.
not. She comes out and, oh, what are you doing? And everything. And I'm like looking at her like, okay, she needs to go heel again. But I get it. Not everybody can be a heel. And it's like, whenever I heard Maven say this, and not to say that, hey, man, Maven is, everybody
Right.
needs to listen to Maven, but hey, he's got a one killer podcast. I'm telling you,
Right.
everybody.
Right.
Um, he
Just
said
cover
it's
his
easy.
eyebrow. Just cover his eyebrows. Right,
Yeah, cover
lashes.
his
Cover.
eyebrows, man. He said he enjoyed being heel because it's just easier being a heel. It's easier to be hated than it is to get the people to like you.
Yeah.
And I could see that. I could definitely see that, man. Um, it's just when she came out and I just did something to me, Paul. I'm like, okay, man, I was never into the LWO, but now I'm ready to say that, nah, this sucks. This whole LWO thing just kind of sucks. I'm not down with it. And just, I'm with you. I think Carlito turns as well at some point.
He has to.
What does this? Yeah, what does this do for Santos Escobar? Do you think he becomes a star?
No, but he could become a good B level person because that's what they put Ray there for in LWO, to build up everybody else. So I think they're eventually, him and Ray are going to fight at a pay-per-view. Escobar is probably going to go over, which is going to, because Ray's on his way out in a year or two. They need to build up Escobar, and that's what they're trying to do by force sometimes. And the other one, Carlito, he doesn't need to be built up. So I
Hmm.
think he'll be going another way soon, unless he's the one that fights Escobar first. But Carlito doesn't need a build up. He's already a star. So we'll see what happens with him. But as far as
I,
Selena Vega, man, come on, brother. Have some grace on Selena, man. She's cool.
I look. I don't like her as a face. I don't. She's got to be heel. She's got to be heel. And I look, man. I just being honest and being just being honest.
Right.
She's not that good in the ring.
Hey,
She's
come
not
on,
bad. She's not terrible. She's not terrible, but she's not that good either. She's,
man.
I mean, there's a spot for her on the roster. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not saying get rid of her, but yeah, it's to me, it's not a huge loss. But there's a spot for her in the roster. But no, 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 she can't be champion. I'll put it like that, Paul.
Nah, she's not a no, she's not an A level. She's not an A level, man. They have her there more for her looks, bro. She's there more for her
Okay.
looks and a decent wrestler, but not great. I agree. I would agree with that, man. But LWO, hey man, it's better than those two elf guys, with the cutoff shirts, and there's worse
Pretty
stuff they could
pretty
be on.
deadly.
Yeah, there's worse stuff they could be putting on, bro. So yeah. How you feeling
Look,
about Bobby and his team?
yeah, they're working for me. I'm not completely over on them, but yeah, they're working for me, man. I like the way they show up in suits, and they're taking care of business, and it looks like they're just gonna be growing a little bit more.
Yeah, hey, dude, next time you watch them, this last SmackDown, I was watching the crowd when they were beating
Mhm.
up, I think it was the LWO, right? They were beating up the
Right.
LWO around the ring, dude. The crowd was happy, bro. So,
Yeah.
so I guess they're more over than I think, you know?
Yeah. I like them, man. I like the Street Profits with Bobby Lashley. What's up, Best of Benny and Richard? Yeah. I think they could do some pretty cool things. And like I said, it looks like they're going to be growing and adding a girl into their to the mix, which is cool. Paul, tonight Monday Night Raw is in Washington D.C. and they are having Cody Rhodes teaming up with main event Jey Uso versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the tag team straps. Paul, I, I mean, damn it, man. Give me something else on the menu, man. I'm
Right,
sick of eating this same food over and over, man.
right. Every week, bro. It ends either with them running to the ring, beating up Judgment Day, or every week, bro. It's like, come on.
I
Jeez.
just, yeah, there's nothing there for me, Pablo. There's nothing there. I'm not excited for the match. All I want to know is the outcome. That's it. That's all I really want to know. But Paul, do they lose the tag team straps? Do they defend them? Do they get disqualified? Does the rest of the Judgment Day jump in? How does this match end?
I feel that it's going to end somehow in a disqualification or something, with possibly leading to maybe heat between Cody and Jay, or
Oh,
Damian and Finn. Something has to break, bro, because when Triple H and Road Dogg are in the back making these matches, they got to start like thinking, come on, we've done this like every week. We need to do a new swerve in here. They're not that dumb where they're going to show us the same thing over and over and over and over. There has to be a new swerve. There has to be. And that's what I think is going to happen. There's going to be a new swerve. There's going to be new heat. And yeah, man, I think like Damien's on his way out. No, or maybe, or as we all know, the what's coming up, that
Survivor
double cage,
Series.
no, the double cage thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, War Games.
War Games is coming up too, so they're probably going to solidify that and add a fifth member to everybody's team. And we all heard the rumors. We all heard the rumors about that, about Randy possibly being in there. So
Right.
yeah,
Well, I would say that Judgment Day. Well, I mean, they can't put. Well, maybe they can put Mommy in there with the rest of the guys, but I don't think that's the route they'll go. Um, yeah, I think they'll have all the Judgment Day with that JD McDonough guy,
yes,
and in a War Games match against, say, I don't know, Cody and Jay and I don't know a couple of other guys, and I think that is where maybe the Judgment Day will crumble. At least one of them, at
yeah.
least one of them.
Yeah, and supposedly they were saying, the rumors is that I guess it's not going to happen now, but they were saying that who's fighting Seth? Who's fighting Seth that day? I forget.
He doesn't have a match yet.
I thought he did call out someone, or Sam. No. That was, he already fought Sammy. Okay, but
Yeah, he
but
fought that.
I was watching something where Seth was going to be in War Games, and they were saying that Seth is going to be on Cody Rhodes' team, but somehow he's gonna be out of that match, and they're gonna replace him with Randy Orton. That's the thought right now. So we'll see.
Mm,
How many times have they said Randy's coming back? So one of
right.
these times it has to be right.
Yeah.
But who do you say is gonna win this match?
Uh, yeah, I think it'll be some sort of DQ. I don't see Judgment Day losing the straps, which those
Hmm.
straps have become so irrelevant. I just, but what have you, man? I'm kind of tired. Like I said, I just want to know the outcome of the match. That's just about it. But
Did you hear the rumor about Triple H possibly breaking up the belts, going back to a SmackDown and Raw belt?
well, I mean, that's the way it kind of is now, right? Oh, we're talking about tag teams.
Yes.
There's not enough tag teams, man.
Yeah, that's the rumor
There's
mill
not
right
enough
now.
tags. I mean, they're just throwing guys together and saying, "Hey, that's a tag team." Like, no, man, we need
Is
an
there
actual tag team division.
is there too much star power in this main event? Should these guys all be solo doing their own thing? More storylines to make it interesting. I think,
I,
in my thoughts, it is.
I mean, come on, man. You got Cody Rhodes, and he's a tag team champion, or was a tag team champion with Jey Uso, who you're trying to build up as main event Jey Uso. Like, just nah. I wasn't down with it, Paul. I wasn't down with
Right,
that. I'm glad they lost the straps, and unless you want to hold them back, you have them lose this match or win the match, but not win the titles.
right, right. And
Yeah,
this could be
yeah.
one of the problems. If you look at the other matches, right? We got Tommaso Ciampa versus Ludwig Kaiser. We got Otis versus Nakamura. We got Indy Hartwell against Xia Li, and then we got Tegan Knox versus Piper Niven. Nobody in the world cares about any of those fights, bro. So,
Exactly.
so what I'm saying is they got all the main guys in this main event. Remember the old days, dude? Like Randy Orton, I mean, Macho Man would fight Scott Hall. Hulk
Right,
Hogan
right.
would fight. Whoever. Dr. D, David Schultz, whatever. They would all be broken up. They would all be broken up. In the different fights. And I think they're not spreading their stars around enough because I can't wait for the main event because everything before it sounds horrid.
It does, man. It sounds like it's gonna be a horrible one, but
Yeah,
I'm
basically
we're
NXT.
yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and check it out, man. Paul, I gotta call it right there,
Right
brother,
on.
and get up out of here. But let me see. As Benny says, finally, Pablo makes some good sense.
Hey, Dominic. We need Dominic back. Hey, I wonder, by the
Yeah,
way, before I know we're closing out, but I wonder how Dominic feels about his father getting backstabbed by his teammate. Probably loving it, huh?
yeah, he's probably loving it, man. I like the promo he was cutting with Logan Paul, saying like, "Yeah, your deadbeat dad. Yeah, I got a deadbeat dad." Like, it's good, man. It's good. Dom, hey, I'll tell you, Dom is really coming into his own, man. I really like it. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like
Pretty
it.
pretty soon S.A. Benny's gonna be right there, dude, with the Dominic shirt.
Oh yeah, man. He's gonna get it tattooed on him, man.
Yep,
That's what I'm talking about.
on his neck.
That slap was hilarious. Yeah, David, Dr. D. I don't really know too much about him though. I don't really remember his career, David Schultz, too
He was
much, but
mean, bro. He was a mean
I like
dude.
it.
He was a mean dude. He was around he was all over, but he was around WWF for a few years, bro. He was mean, dude. He was a mean guy. He was up there at the top. He was up there at the top fighting for the title and all that. It's cool.
Okay, okay. We'll have to get into it one day, man. Because
Yeah.
I did make a video about it, but
I
good
saw.
stuff, man.
That was great. I loved it.
Pablo, anything else before we wrap it up, big dog?
Nah, out there, if you're out there, go out and watch the video that Cholo Trucker did on the slap where Dr. D David Schultz slapped a reporter for saying wrestling's fake. You got to see his breakdown. It's hilarious.
Hey,
See the video section.
I respect David Schultz. Whether you love him or hate him, I respect him for doing that, though, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is Pablo from the LA Times hitting you with an RKO out of nowhere. Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.